Hey everyone, and welcome back. We're diving deep today, really deep, into a book that tackles some seriously hot-button issues around gender and society.
Yeah.
Stuff that I know you guys in the Married Red Pill community are wrestling with every day.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. This book, The Illusion of Feminist Rhetoric, a critical examination, it really gets into a lot of those frustrations, a lot of the questions that come up when you're trying to figure out marriage and relationships in this day and age.
Honestly, it's kind of spooky how much it feels like the author was peeking into the Married Red Pill subreddit. So, okay, let's cut to the chase. What's the heart of this whole argument, the big idea the author's trying to get across?
Well, the book goes deep into how feminist rhetoric, how the way they talk about things has become this powerful force, shaping everything, honestly, from the news we see to even like the laws we live under. And the author's main point is that this rhetoric, a lot of times, it's not exactly honest, like it's twisting facts or shutting down anyone who disagrees.
So it's like what we're being told isn't the whole picture, maybe even a manipulation.
Exactly. That's the whole point of The Illusion, right?
Yeah.
It digs into the history of how these ideas came about. It starts way back with like Mary Wollstonecraft, Simone de Beauvoir, those big names who were fighting for women's rights, which was important. But the argument is that today, feminism has kind of strayed from that original goal of just equality.
I see where you're going with this. Like those early feminists, they wanted a level playing field, which makes sense. But now the game has changed, and maybe not in a good way.
Exactly. And the book says that this shift in their rhetoric, the way they frame things, has led to some serious and maybe unintended consequence. Like, it argues that there are double standards in family law that can really hurt men, especially when it comes to divorce and who gets the kid.
Oh yeah, that's huge EE in the Married Red Pill community.
Yeah.
It's like guys are terrified of that. You try to be a good husband, a good dad, but the system is rigged against you.
The book actually highlights a case, this guy, James Creighton. He had sole custody of his kids, but the court still made him pay child support to his ex-wife.
Whoa, wait, seriously? That just doesn't even make sense. It makes you wonder if the system is even trying to be fair anymore.
And that's just one example. The book also tackles rape culture, which, as you know, is super sensitive. Traces where this term came from, back to the second wave of feminism, and argues that nowadays it's used to shut down any guy who even raises concern, even if those concerns are totally legitimate.
Yeah, I see that in the subreddit all the time. It's like this climate of fear, right? Guys are terrified of being falsely accused, and they feel like they can't even talk about it.
Exactly. It goes on to talk about how traditional male spaces, like the Boy Scout, things that used to be seen as positive for boys, are now under attack. Because of this, what they call political correctness and identity politics.
It's like they're trying to erase any difference between men and women, even in places that were specifically for men to connect and, just be men.
And the author's point is that this is a huge e-loss. Those spaces, they offered something unique for boys. Camaraderie, mentors, a sense of belonging, things that are like essential for them to grow up healthy.
That's something the guys in the Married Red Pill talk about all the time. Like, there's nowhere to just be a man anymore without being judged or shamed for it.
Right. And the book argues that this can actually screw up a guy's mental and physical health. And then it gets into this whole feminization of education thing.
Okay, yeah, I've heard that term thrown around, but I'm not totally clear on what it means. Like, what's the book saying about that?
Well, it uses a bunch of stats that show boys are doing worse in school, getting in trouble more, even being underrepresented in gifted programs, the smart kid stuff. And it says this is because the system, the way we teach kids now, it doesn't work for boys.
So the book is actually saying that the way we're teaching is hurting boys. That's a pretty bold statement.
That's exactly their argument. It suggests that schools favor how girls learn and that boys are left behind, like they're trying to fit a square peg in a round hole.
This is a lot to unpack. It sounds like this book is really turning things upside down, questioning everything we're told to believe about gender.
It totally is. And while some people might find these arguments controversial, I think it's important to at least listen to these perspectives.